The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
What now? Fight down!
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You talk about this Falcon defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That good for 19 and a first down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
And he'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
On second down, Kamara. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Kamara. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here, as the Falcons' defense yet again drops him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Out route. He finds his man. It's Jones. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Check, smash. Yellow, go. Ready.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well.
Ready?
They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Falcons at 7-3 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
When you look at the Saints defense, they are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. 1 in running the ball, 1 in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Ready, set. Smash. Hut.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And brought down by Zach Harrison.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Shotgun now for Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far, and that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Still going. Touchdown, New Orleans. But that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble. Think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit, or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set, ready.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their 25-yard line.
Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, if you bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Desmond Ridder keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, you know, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Now Carr. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
You're mine.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
93.
Carr now to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Down to about the 37.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Carr's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
To throw, it's Carr. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by Richie Grant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Now Youngway Koo for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Carr. That is caught. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
2nd and 5. Now Carr. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They needed 17 on 3rd down, and that's exactly what they got. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Carr. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. On 1st down, Ritter. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points in the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want us to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Ritter to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. It's set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Ritter here on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Ready?
Ritter off the play fake. Steps away. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Down. Blue striker. Ready.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Trouble, 38. Set.
On 2nd down, Ritter. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yes, several bad decisions. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Bijan Robinson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to stretch out their lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8. Inside 4 minutes to go. 3rd quarter. Now a play fake. Carr. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Kamara up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They run it again with Kamara. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Taking it right down Broadway. He may go. Drake London. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Koo now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder, puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Ready.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Credit Brian Brazine in there to greet him and drop him for a loss. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Ritter. This one into the hands of Pitts. And they work this out past the 25. 27 yards there, a first down.
Ready. Blue check. Ready.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Drill 52.
2nd down throw coming for Ritter. This pass is caught by London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Here we go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play.
Come on, set. Check pink. Ready.
A give left side to Robinson. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in for long distance. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Now!
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Carr throwing on second down. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Grady Jarrett, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over first and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
Alontae Taylor up to make the tackle. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So on fourth down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain an 18-point lead. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
93.
Carr now on first down. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Later one.
Here's Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Williams is into the end zone for a Saints touchdown. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Set, ready.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down.
22 needle.
Ritter with it after the play fake. That one deep for London. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. This is 1st and 10. On play action. Now Carr. Crossing right and he hits his man. It's Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Hey, 7:34.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Carr, he wants to change up the look here. Here's Carr. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Ready.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Okay,
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive
Shot,
lineman is saying,
17.
my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out.
There he goes, right side. Down the right sideline. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 74 yards.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. Looking for that one final 1st down. They got it and then some. If they play things right from here on out, that should just about assure them a victory.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts from 13 yards out. And the Falcons have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team